Shana Tova. In the book of Numbers, Adonai our God commands Moses and Aaron to use a very specific blessing when they bless the people of Israel. This blessing is now known as the priestly benediction. We use this blessing many times during the year. We use it every time we welcome a newborn baby into our midst. We use it for a bar or a bat mitzvah student when they join the community as adults, doing the confirmation, doing a wedding, and sometimes every Saturday at the end of services we bless the congregation with that blessing. What is it about that blessing that became so special? So special that even during the high holidays, our choir sings it, led by Dr. Louie Bailey, so many times, and it's translated to English and to Hebrew so we can understand what the words mean. What makes this blessing so unique to us, so central to our lives? Well, one reason is obvious. That's the one blessing that God wrote and God told us to use, but it's not only that. This is the perfect blessing. It's shaped in a perfect geometrical way, but it's also, the meaning of that blessing is just so wonderful to every event, to every time we use it. It says the following: May Adonai bless you and guard you. May Adonai's face shine on you and be gracious to you. And may Adonai's face turn toward you and give you peace. If you look at it line by line, it's shaped like a pyramid. 3 words, then 5 words, then 7 words that create a perfect pyramid. And if you look at it from top to bottom, it says to you, may God bless you, may God shine light upon you, may God's face turns toward you. And if you look just at the middle of it, it says Adonai's face towards you, trying to say to us in the way it's shaped that actually the meaning of this blessing is that it represents the abundance and the love that God wants to bestow on the people of Israel when this blessing is used. What is really beautiful, and you can only see it in the Hebrew, not in the English translation, is that it says it in the singular. The you there is in the singular, meaning that this blessing is pointed at every individual in the community. It's not saying it to all of us as a congregation, but to each one of us as a person, as an individual. But this is not all. If we look at it line by line, the first line says to us, may Adonai bless you and guard you. We're asking God to guard us, not only to bless us, but to guard us. This has been a very tough year for us. Actually, not 1 year, 18 months, a year and a half. And there's nothing more than we yearn to than God guarding us. Rashi, the greatest Torah commentator ever, says the following on this line. He says, we're asking for security, physical and financial security, not only for here and now, but also for the future. How wonderful it is if you can walk this earth, if you can walk the path and the journey of your life, knowing that you are guarded and that you are safe both financially and physically, and that you know that also your future is safe both financially and physically. Wouldn't that be enough? But we're actually asking for more. Or God is telling us to ask for more in that blessing. The second line is saying, may Adonai's face shine on you and be gracious to you. We're asking 2 things here. One is we're asking for the light of God. We want God to bring God's radiance and light into our lives. In our tradition we say, the soul of the human being is the light of Adonai our God. We believe that our essence, our humanity, what makes us human is the light of God that is in us. But we're also asking God to give us some of the grace of God. What we're actually asking in the second part of the blessing is that we will have this light and that grace, and we will be able to spread it around us. It's not enough that we will enjoy it, but the entire community, everybody who is around us, can feel the light of God and the grace of God that is in us. And then we go to the third level of the pyramid, and we say, may Adonai's face turn towards you and give you peace. The Hebrew actually says, and give you or grant you shalom. Usually we understand it as we're really asking for shalom. What could we ask more than shalom? Shalom means not only peace, it means wellness and wholeness and well-being. Shalom in Hebrew means to be perfect. So by asking for shalom, we're actually asking that our life will be just simply perfect, that we will be what we ought to be, perfect human beings. But we're asking for another thing here as well, maybe even more important. We say in the beginning of that line, may Adonai's face turn toward you. We're asking to feel God's presence wherever we are. So now when you think of this entire pyramid, of this entire blessing, we're actually asking God to guard us in our journey through life, to make sure that we will always feel safe financially and physically. We're asking that the grace and the light of God will be part of our lives so we can bring it into other people. And then we're asking for God to be present in our life in all times, and that our life then will be filled with shalom. And then comes the last line after all those blessings, and there's a transition from the singular to the plural when it says, so they will put my name on the Israelite, and I will bless them. May it be a year where we will feel the safety that God is with us at all times, that we are secure both financially and physically and health-wise. May it be for all of us a year when we will feel the light of God in our lives, and maybe even more important, that we will feel the grace of God and will share that grace with other people that are around us in our community, in our congregation. And may we all merit to feel God's presence at all time in our life and to achieve the stage of shalom. Shana Tova.